underway.
Got it.
Likewise, we'll call the order at 7:10. And if you'd like to call the attendance for us, please, Donna.
Yes, Justin Miramonte,
Present.
Tim Teagan, Scott Bowman.
Here.
I'm here. Andrew Duke,
Present.
Dana Carver,
Here. Here.
Jay Gillette, Tori Heinrich, Raphael Wolf,
Here.
John Jaska,
Here.
Larry Johnson,
Here.
Leah Daly, Angela Thornton. I saw her. Angela Thornton.
Here.
Charles Essner,
Here.
Mike Saliba, Dave Franklin, James Harris, Colin Fitzgerald.
Here.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you. And that'll move us into the approval of the agenda. Do I hear a motion to either modify or approve the agenda as it appears on your screen?
I move to approve as on the screen.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Do we have any objection? Hearing none, the agenda is approved. Move on to the approval of previous minutes. One moment here.
We have three
The
sets of them.
oldest of which is on September 14th. Should be showing up on your screen now. And everyone has had a chance to review these. Did anyone have any questions about the minutes as written?
I was just trying to confirm, but I thought all three of the sets of minutes said special meeting. And
You know,
one was
I just caught that. Yeah, one was a regular meeting. It was labeled incorrectly. I did change that.
okay. So I
Thanks.
move that we adopt that as amended.
Does that motion have a second?
Second.
Any objection to adopting the minutes as amended? Please state that it is a regular meeting. Hearing none, the September 14th, I'm sorry?
I said I still had a question about.
Go ahead with your question, Scotty. You are breaking up a bit. Is anyone able to hear Mr. Bowman?
No.
Perhaps if he can hear us, he would like to post his question in chat.
I'll be monitoring that here.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem, Scotty. All right. So
Now
back
we can
to
hear
the,
him.
now we can hear him. Yep. So
Interesting.
There's Tori.
all right. So we are on the approval of the September 14th minutes, which have been modified to read as regular meeting. No further amendments to the minutes have been proposed, and there was a motion to approve them that was seconded. Do we have any discussion on that before we proceed to a vote? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the September 14th minutes, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay. Motion passes. We'll now proceed to the meeting minutes that will now appear on your screen from October 6th. We
I
renewed
move,
the Zoom. Oh, go ahead.
I move to approve as written. Lawrence Johnson, Donna.
Okay.
I second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Okay, this is the meeting, the regular meeting that was on a Sunday.
No, that was the last meeting that we did. This was,
Okay.
This
This
was
was
the
the
one.
most recent meeting. I might have pulled them out of order, but this is October 6th. It was a meeting where we renewed the Zoom account and discussed continuing service with SunGrid until a transition to AWS can be facilitated.
oh yeah, that was the last short meeting. I'm sorry, I got that mixed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is the one on the screen now, Scotty. Were there any further questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of approving these minutes, please say aye.
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 Any opposition?
An abstention.
Who abstained? Is that Scott?
Yes,
That was Mr. Bowman, yes.
there wasn't there.
Okay.
I'm not going to vote to approve minutes on a meeting I did not attend.
Yep.
Understood. And last but not least, this is the September 28th meeting.
Sorry, I'm here.
I
Mr.
see Jay
Gilat
just
has entered.
arrived. Yeah.
Yep. This was the meeting where we interviewed the candidate Ellie Sleds for the 35th State Senate District. Do I hear a motion to amend or approve these minutes as written?
Motion to approve as written. Charles.
Thank you, Charles. Does the motion have a second?
Second.
All in favor of approving these minutes as written, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? And the third set of minutes is
What?
approved.
Sorry, Mr. Chair. John Joseph abstains for the reasons articulated by Mr. Bowman.
Okay.
Thank you for that, Mr. Jessup.
Point of information, Mr. Chair.
Yes,
Have minutes from the October 2nd meeting also been approved already?
Was that a confidential session?
Yes.
that was a confidential session. Those minutes will be approved in our next confidential session.
All right, I understand. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So I had sent out my report earlier. Just one moment.
You sent it out, you said?
Should have been
Email.
received via email, yes.
Oh, was that like, okay.
It was
Maybe
earlier
really
today.
recently? Okay. Make sure I got it. Because I checked several times.
If need be, I can forward
Oh,
you
I
a
see.
written copy of it.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. So, in the time since our last meeting, I've been working to gather some of the requested information for our upcoming executive session this next Thursday, while making venue inquiries to give our new convention committee a head start. Venues I've inquired with include the Great Hall and the H Hotel in Midland, Horizons in Saginaw, and the Osgood in Bay City. To minimize the impact of winter travel, I'm also waiting to hear back from a couple of hotels located in closer proximity to the freeway. As stated previously, the committee can always opt for a different venue if they want to. However, issuing a timely notice for our upcoming convention is a priority. And to that end, this evening I'd like to begin composing a notice, leaving room to insert the necessary details as they become available, and authorize an email vote to send that final notice once the presently unknown details can be included. In Lansing, a new budget was passed, which narrowly averted a shutdown while simultaneously levying multiple new taxes upon the citizens of Michigan. Meanwhile, the difference between the Democrat-led budget and the one put forth by a GOP majority was less than 3.3%. In addition to an industry-killing 24% increase to the marijuana tax, there was also an elevation of the gas tax. And despite the leverage of a possible shutdown, the GOP House largely rubber-stamped the Democratic budget. And if anyone is interested in running for their state House district in November to hold their legislators accountable while spreading the message of liberty, please reach out to info@michiganlp.org. And with that, I will turn it over to any other officers for reports.
My only report would be that we are still trying to track down the LinkedIn, how to get into LinkedIn, and we are still trying to connect uh, Facebook with, oh, what is the one that connects with? I can't, Instagram. And there's some glitches, and I can't even get on because it's texting somebody for or emailing somebody for verification. It won't let me on. So we are working, but we have not had anybody volunteer to help us. I was going to start just connecting Facebook and Instagram, since that would be the easy part, but that's not been easy. We just, Jamie and Justin have been working on it, but it's hard with other people have the verification phone numbers, and we're not sure who these people are. So anyway, that's my report.
Yeah, to clarify a little bit on that, we have the precise level of access that the previous board had. However, in the transition prior to that, the full administrative rights are not necessarily, or the full ownership of the page is not in our possession. So we have full administrative rights, but we do not have the ownership of the page necessary to add the Instagram at this time, and we are working on that. Mr. Bowman, I see your hands up.
Yeah, I actually created most of these social media accounts. And I do remember LinkedIn kind of being an odd one in the sense that a lot of people didn't really see what role the having a organizational account on LinkedIn really served, even though there are other organizations that do. And so it probably hasn't been used much since that time. And I remember when I did create the accounts originally that the login email address, which also doubled as a username, was the social net director
Yeah,
at michiganlp.org. And so that part I have, and at the time there was no multi-factor authentication required, thank God. So I didn't have to deal with phone numbers. And they kept telling people, do not give them phone numbers because then they'll make them use the phone number, and then we're trapped with phone numbers. Anyway, I can dig a little bit and see if I have information about whatever password I had happened to be using back then. It may not have
Scott,
changed.
they have posted pretty recently on there, and I'm
Oh,
with
really?
you. I don't see it as a regular place to post, but if it's up there with contact information, I would like to be able to know where the queries would be going. I'd rather have it not even up there unless we're going to be really active with it. But
Let me ask,
yeah,
Ben, what you said you saw recent posts on it.
I
How
think
recent?
so. I don't know. And I don't, once I start trying to get on there,
Because that's
I thought it
useful
was
because that might give us a clue as to who's had access.
All right.
right.
Well,
Um,
perhaps the two of you can follow up offline to sort of get to the bottom of that and keep me in the
okay.
loop. And
All right.
we'll try and get that all resolved here in a timely fashion.
Okay, I'll
Um,
do that.
Mr. Duke, did you have anything to report?
Yes, I do. I will send a email later with all the extra details, transactions, etc. But the high overview is total cash on hand is $17,718.75 as of September 30th. Our accounts receivable, which is money owed to us, we have the Comerica account at 38,233.30, and attorney Oscar Rodriguez $14,362.50. Our accounts payable includes a reimbursement for value copy to Trevor Stepp at $572.40, and then in question the Hooper Hathaway charges. That brings us cash plus the accounts receivable minus payable is $31,508.85.
Can
That
you
is
make,
it.
did you say you were going to email me that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Bowman, I see your hand up. Is that from earlier?
Yeah, but you know what? I actually was going to raise it again. So I'll take
Go right
that.
ahead.
I just want to be clear. So we paid out some Hooper Hathaway charges?
No. I am saying that the accounts payable, which I do not want to just blatantly say we owe nothing except for the reimbursement, that would create a very inaccurate look at our finances, that there is some amount that could be owed.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I didn't hear everything.
Any further questions for our treasurer? And Mr. Bowman, did you have anything to report as second vice chair? Nope, I see Raphael's
Not
hand just went up.
not at this time.
Thank you. Did you have a question, Raphael?
I do. For the treasurer, how is the audit committee progressing, if at all?
We have had our second meeting, divvied out the bank account statements, and they are sending back the information. I'll compile it into a spreadsheet, and then we will continue to look in depth into after what we can see as all transactions.
Thank you, Mr. Duke. And Scotty, I heard you say you did not have anything to report this evening. Was that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you, sir. Did anyone have anything they'd like to announce this evening? Mr. Henry for membership committee. My apologies. The floor is yours.
No worries. So a membership report and kind of a task tracking document was sent to the leadership by Mr. Patel a few days ago, I believe. So I won't bore you with all the details, but a higher level of our membership status is we are currently at 278 members at the LPMI. 149 of those are lifetime members, There are 344 national members in Michigan. So one of the things that we've been working on is trying to parse those two numbers and trying to find the folks that are not LPMI members that are national members and trying to convince them to join the state party. Other than that, for some other related issues, we've got several Civi CRM like specific issues that need resolution, such as not being able to export member lists, the generated state reports on a lot of the pre-made reports are not submitting accurate numbers, are not spitting out accurate numbers. Affiliate chairs are only able to send 25 individual emails, which is not sufficient for like our West Michigan affiliate has over 2,000 contacts, and out of state members not showing up in Civi. So I don't know if there is time or a will to resolve those issues in this meeting, but I think with there being more than a couple, I think it justifies maybe a offline meeting between the chair and the IT director, Mr. Patel, and I don't know, maybe what is the gentleman's name that's our Civi?
Ken Molman would be the other one involved
Yes,
there.
there you
And yeah, so a conversation between the IT director and Mr. Patel is already underway
go.
to
Okay.
set up a meeting to follow up on most, if not all, these issues you just articulated. We can also include you in that email chain. I know you've been doing a lot of help with the membership committee, and we can always reach out to Ken as needed for additional access. We just need to figure out what additional access levels we would require.
Okay. A couple other things to button up the membership committee. Jordan Martin has been added to the membership committee. He is a West Michigan guy who's volunteering to help contact some LP national members out in West Michigan. One thing I did want is if it would be possible for somebody to make a motion. We would like to get $1,000 budget for the annual holiday card fund. This is a yearly occurrence. The $1,000 is based off of what we asked for last year, I believe. It did actually result in a net profit, and it helps to verify addresses. So when we get things bounced back, return to sender, we know that we have got addresses that are no good, and we've done a pretty good job at minimizing that. So if anybody finds it appropriate, the membership committee would ask that somebody move for $1,000 to be released to the membership committee to send out the 2025 holiday cards.
I was going to ask you a question about those cards, and you partially answered it saying we broke even. Do you mean that
No, we
people
made money.
joined? We made money. Do you mean that people joined and donated
That's correct.
because of those cards? Okay. That was my question. If I trust if that's a no-brainer, then I would make that motion.
We made I think it was like $750 last year. Maybe about hold on, I'll get it right here. $745. However, the stamps were donated by the Joseph Solis Mullen campaign as an in-kind donation from leftover donations there. I think that was like $350. So even with that said, we still would have cleared $400 in net profit.
Mr. Eschner, I see your hands up.
If Don's making the motion, I'll second it. And then, well, I guess we have to wait till the.
Yeah,
So-
once we get into new business, someone can make that motion.
Okay.
And
All
one
right, we'll wait
question I
we'll
might
wait till,
have about
new
that,
business
just well, Mr. Henry still has the floor. Would there be any objection to just having that email as like the second side of our convention notice or a second page that goes with it to avoid extra postage fees.
I'm sorry, one more time. I don't think I fully caught what you mean.
We're going to be sending out a convention notice to the national delegate selection to all of our members.
Mm-hmm.
We could include this holiday notice with that potentially. If I don't know if there would be a problem that you would see with that from a membership perspective.
We send out. It depends. Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to combine. It would be who you're sending up, what your criteria is to who you send those out to. I would assume fairly same criteria. I believe last year we did anybody who had had a membership within the last 3 years.
So that is the exact requirement for convention notice if that's what you did.
Okay, yeah. Well, we pulled that, but we ended up doing 500 cards and stamps. So I don't know if we
Okay.
actually fulfilled that entire list or because we used up all the stamps and cards. So
Thank you for that. Did you have
so
further
no,
questions,
I don't
Charles?
think we would
No,
be
no,
in
no, no.
objection to
I
that.
don't have further question.
Sorry, Ryan, what was that?
All right. I don't think that we would be in objection to combining that if the logistics works out.
Excellent, excellent. All right. Charles, did you have anything from activism or fundraising to report at this time?
Yeah, so there have been a couple of volunteers that were not included in the committees the last time we met. So I've gotten their contact information. We'll be adding them and we'll be setting out notice for our next meeting here shortly. We were unable to organize anything with Western for a fundraising or event over there. That's okay. It was kind of short trying to get it done anyway. Which I think we made aware in the meeting with the Senate candidate interview. We still are interested in the ideas. Basically, we're trying to show libertarian policy in action, mainly like showing cost of living. So we want to help people with cost of living and at the same time show that we have an alternative that helps the community, doesn't harm it. So we don't think that, for example, providing school lunches is something the government should be doing, but we should be helping each other in times of need. So if there's anything that your affiliates are working on, I would appreciate it if affiliates would reach out. We want to kind of focus in on an affiliate, help an affiliate amplify their message, and then just show, pockets of assistance of the community across the state where libertarians are doing things. Thank you.
Charles, did James Allison ever reach out to you? Is he one of your
Yeah,
new
I
people?
believe yeah.
He would be really good. He's got a lot of great ideas, and he did this many years ago, and he's come back to the party. So that's
Yeah,
great.
he sent me his email address and I have it.
Perfect. Good.
And Ryan, did you have something to add?
Yes, since I saw it in the chat about lifetime memberships, there was one. I didn't know if it was appropriate to bring it up here, but we weren't asking for an official motion, but more of a consideration to raise the lifetime membership dues. As Angela correctly pointed out in the chat, they are $250 currently. And just as a statistic for you to kind of chew on, LP the National Party, 32% of their members are lifetime. LPMI, 53% of our members are lifetime. It is a good $250 donation, but reoccurring donations are also good for maintenance of the bank account. So that is something that the membership committee has been discussing, and I think we would encourage it to be discussed at the LEC, the committee member level as well.
Certainly. And does the membership committee in their discussions, do they have a recommendation as to what they'd like to see that number be?
And not that I'd be comfortable sharing at this point, because I don't think we do have a for sure agreement. I think we'd like the board's input.
Okay. Thank you for that. All right. Any other committee reports or announcements? Hearing none, we'll open the floor to member comments. Any non-board members have anything they'd like to add? Please raise your hand. Going once, twice. And on to new business. So we do have a convention to get a committee underway for here, planning sometime in January. I did reach out to venues as discussed at our last special meeting regarding things. And so I will have those reports to deliver to the eventual committee that we convene here this evening. We have received some volunteers for the committee. And at this point, the floor is open for any additional volunteers from the LEC who would like to join, or any other members here who would like to join the committee. One moment, it looks like a couple people got kicked out on Zoom. There we go. All right, so I see Mr. Johnson's hand up.
I would like to nominate Dana Carver and Jamie Van Alstine to be members of the convention committee.
Second.
And since they both volunteered, I'll assume they're going to accept.
All right, that motion's been moved and seconded. Also had a couple of additional volunteers. Believe Mr. Essner, did you want to join the convention committee?
I guess if I need to, but I was figuring I would assist in my fundraising mode on it.
Oh, you were talking about fundraising in relation to convention. I must have been mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, if I need to be officially on the committee, I would like to be included on the meetings and coordinate fundraising with the convention planning committee.
I don't foresee any objection to that.
Yeah, it's whatever you want. If I need to be on it, or you guys decide, I don't care.
All right. And then Mr. Stepp, were you still interested in convention committee?
Yes.
Excellent.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we have a maximum of 5. We had to fix that as the size, so there will be room to add 2 more members. I don't know. Did we state whether or not that included myself in the previous meeting? Does anyone recall?
I don't think it included yourself in the 5.
Oh, all right.
Not that I recall.
If we're short on people, I'll volunteer. This is Angie.
Well, the committee can proceed with 4 members. If you'd like to join, you're certainly welcome to volunteer.
I'll step down. I see Shelley wants to take a spot, so I'll let her have a go at this.
All right. In that case, it seems we have a set of 5 volunteers, including myself. Do we want to convene that as the convention committee?
I motion that we elect the slate as stated.
Second.
All right. And do we want to allow the committee to select their chair at their first meeting?
Affirmative.
Very well. Motion's been moved and seconded. All in favor of convening this as our convention committee, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? Motion passes. Now we will also need to compose a committee for credentialing. And I see Mr. Johnson's hand went up and then back down. Was that what you were about to state, Mr. Johnson?
Beat me to it, yes.
All right. Well, I would let's see here. We have two members of our membership committee as well as yourself here this evening. Do I hear a motion to nominate Mr. Henry, Mr. Johnson, and Miss, I'm going to butcher your last name here, Tori, Miss Heinrich, to the credentials committee?
Do we need Jeff to assist us on the credentials committee also? And if so, is he willing?
I had spoken with him, and it was his preference that Mr. Henry take his place this time around.
Okay.
Did someone make that motion? I didn't
I
catch
made
No
the
one
it.
has
motion.
as of yet.
Yeah, I so move. John Jaska, District 5.
Okay.
Second.
All right. Any discussion about the credentials committee?
Okay, well, I had my hand up, but this is Dana. I was wondering if we should add Rich McLean to that motion because he seems to enjoy doing that. I don't know if he's volunteered, but I know he.
We can extend an invitation to him if he'd like to volunteer, or we can leave a spot for him on the committee. I didn't get a volunteer or any indication that he wanted to volunteer for it.
Okay, right on. I just know he enjoyed that, so.
Yep, if he has time in addition to his role as policy chair, then certainly I'd be more than happy to have him on board with that. Do we want to amend the motion to include Rich if desired?
I think we could do that pending his acceptance of the nomination.
All right. All right. Any further discussion on the motion before we proceed to a vote? All in favor of convening the credentials committee as discussed, please say aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposition? Motion passes. All right. And so as for the convention notice, Tori, go right ahead.
Hey, sorry, I didn't hear a follow-up. Did that mean that I'm on the credentials committee?
Yes,
Okay, great, thank you.
you're welcome. All right. So the convention notice, let's see here. One moment, please. Yeah, now we get into the smaller text that isn't so easy to read on the phone. So I do have a preliminary convention notice from a past convention notice. And I will read it aloud for the board members to review and modify as they'd like. But first, Mr. Johnson, was your hand up from earlier, or is there something else?
Yeah, this sounds like something we can address later.
All right. So is there a motion to table this, or?
Are we gonna have another meeting before this goes out, or, because I would rather not call a special meeting to do it.
Mr. Chair, what I meant by later was my thing that I wish to talk about can be done later, not this.
Oh, okay.
My apologies for the misunderstanding.
I understood the same.
I jumped the gun in raising my hand, that's all.
Understood. Understood. So, if there's no further discussion, I'll go ahead and read what's on the screen here. Very well. The Libertarian Party of Michigan is holding our biannual National Delegate Selection Convention on Saturday. Insert the date in January, with business starting at insert the time and location. Anyone may attend the convention, but only delegates appointed by the affiliates and unaffiliated regions during their respective conventions, or in their absence, their alternates will be eligible to vote during regular business or to sit in on any executive session. A calendar of affiliate meetings is available at, and then we'll include the link there. There is no cost to attend the business session of the convention. If you cannot attend your affiliate convention, or if yours is not listed or has passed, please reach out to your affiliate chair, as it may still be possible to attend as part of that delegation. Please reply to this email if you need assistance reaching your affiliate chair. Business items, and we will want to add the follow-up to some executive session follow-up to the disciplinary matters that were voted on previously onto this agenda as well. And I'll need to figure out the exact verbiage we'll want to include in the notice. So that's been omitted for the time being. The items of business that are on this notice will be the selection of National Convention delegates, as well as endorsements for the Secretary of State, Attorney General, and Supreme Court to be formally nominated at the candidate nominated convention later in the year. Votes for endorsement of those candidates shall be made in the same manner as for nomination of candidates set forth in Article 7 of the Libertarian Party of Michigan bylaws. We will also be selecting a candidate for the 35th State Senate District, and then the standard delegate eligibility disclaimer is at the bottom. Did anyone have any questions? I see Mr. Essner's hand is up first. The floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, I was just so we have Secretary of State, Attorney General, Supreme Court. We don't have to do the governor, or is that different?
So the bylaws actually state those specific races. I don't see any reason we couldn't endorse a candidate for any race at this particular function. It is not a 100% certainty that an endorsed candidate will be the eventual candidate, just to be clear. The actual candidate selection happens at the convention for that purpose. But this is a very strong endorsement that this body could send to that body to give a strong consideration to these candidates for those offices. Does that clarify things, sir?
Yeah, it clarifies, and unless it might be too it might be too short a notice, or people might not have decided if they're running yet. I don't know if it's worth adding it in there. So I just leave it out, I guess, if we haven't done in the past.
Thank you.
I'm
Any
not
further
able.
questions?
Yeah, I'm
Go
not
ahead.
able to raise my hand, I don't think, as a host. This is a little different. But
Oh,
anyway,
it might be because we're both here on the same
okay.
account. But either way, go
Okay.
ahead, Donna.
I just think we should put something in there about unaffiliated areas. I mean, we did say if yours is not listed, or the convention, it doesn't address if you do not have an affiliate, we will be having a separate. We will be I don't know how we handle those, but I do think we should add a sentence or two to paragraph number 2.
Mr.
For
Teagan will be hosting the unaffiliated caucus as vice chair to select the unaffiliated delegates. Since he's not here this evening, we can't necessarily set the date, but that is something that we can insert and add with the Zoom link for all members via email to go out with the initial notice.
Yeah, but maybe even a sentence right now, say if you are not in an affiliated area, we will be contacting you or something like that, because people are going to go to that website and find that they don't have an affiliate and maybe just give up. I don't know. Yeah, just 1 or 2 sentences to exactly.
Something like that, and we'll just have the
Yeah,
link in there, so it'll just,
perfect.
when it goes
Yeah,
out, it goes out.
Perfect.
All right. Do we have any other comments? All right. Do I hear a motion to approve this as written and allow the LEC to conduct an email vote to insert the final details and send out the notice?
I'll make that notice, that motion.
I'll
Thank you,
second
Donna.
it.
Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Mr. Johnson?
Are we allowed to do email votes if we approve them ahead of time? Is that so? I don't know enough about either our bylaws or Robert's rules to know if that would be appropriate.
Our bylaws do allow us to pre-authorize an email vote for a specific matter. In this case, the specific matter being the details that are in bold here. Let me just make that all true.
Thank you.
And let me just So right here's the relevant bylaws on your screen. Asynchronous voting procedure, such as email ballot, is strictly prohibited for official business of the body, including executive committee, unless there is an agreement to do asynchronous voting in a unanimous motion at a synchronous meeting. So this will have to pass unanimously for us to modify it via email, but if it does so, it falls within our bylaws. So that motion having been moved and seconded, do we have any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of sending out this note?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes?
Yeah, no, I was going to ask for you to read the motion, but you're just going ahead and reading it now. So sorry.
Yes, go ahead. Not a problem. So all in favor of sending out this notice after the final details have been approved via email, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay.
Okay.
Motion passes. And now we are proceeding into open floor. I believe Mr. Bowman had a motion he wanted to put to the floor here.
I think Donna also had one.
All right.
Okay, and I'm not sure that I
Oh, yeah.
really had. Let me first preface what I was going to move with the fact that, based upon it, I did watch the recording of the executive session, that I would have expected something to be on the agenda today, and there isn't. And so my motion was that we would simply follow the advice of Carrie Morgan as pertains to the bank account.
Scotty,
fees.
we need to discuss that in executive session. There is a follow-up scheduled with Mr. Morgan as it pertains to this session here this evening. If we would like to adjourn to executive session to further that discussion tonight, that is something I'd be willing to entertain. And if there is an appetite from this board to see if we can potentially shift Mr. Morgan's meeting date to Sunday, I will reach out to him and see if that can be arranged as well.
That would be fabulous.
We don't need to make that motion in executive session, do we?
Not to change the date of the meeting, no. No, that could be moved tonight. If we wanted to reach out to him to see if he would be open to that, we could conduct a vote to do so, and I'll reach out to him later tonight.
So moved.
All right. So that's been moved, and I imagine Scotty would second it.
Seconding it.
Yep. All right. Any discussion on this before we proceed to a vote?
Are we going to continue with the Thursday meeting if he can't?
Yes, that would be my preference, unless there's any objection to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess there's a point of parliamentary inquiry I wanted to make. Or I guess you can make the vote first. I don't know if that we haven't voted on this yet. Then I'll make it.
All right. So any of the hands that are up, you can relieve them up to stay in order for open floor. But speak up if you were wanting to speak on this motion. Larry, your hand just went up. Did you want to speak on this motion?
I had lowered it earlier. I want to speak in open floor.
Understood. All right. Seeing no discussion, we'll proceed to a vote on this. All in favor of inquiring with Mr. Morgan about moving the meeting to Sunday, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? That motion passes. I'll reach out to him later this evening. Believe Mr. Saliba was next for open floor.
Yeah, I would like to make a motion that we use our social media accounts and newsletter, if it still exists, to make a statement of support for the No Kings protest that will be taking place across the state and country on October 18th, and direct members to nokings.org for their local event to encourage a strong Libertarian Party presence at those events.
Second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Floor will be open for discussion. Do we have any discussion on the motion?
Yeah.
Who was that?
That was Charles. I just have a question.
The floor is yours.
Is the protest affiliated with another group? I don't know enough
The
about
No
it.
Kings protests are run by No Kings. That's the group.
No Kings. Are they affiliated or supported by another group?
No, they are their own group that puts these together. You can read about it at nokings.org.
Okay.
As an example, I don't think this level of detail has to go out into the communique, but Libertarians of Macomb County will be handing out American flags with Libertarians of Macomb County stickers on the handle.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to speak on this.
Proceed.
I think to answer some of the concerns of some of our members, yes, there's obviously going to be a strong Democratic presence at this. I think having libertarians there to show that we also object to the authoritarian bent of our current administration is a very good thing to do. And we need not be afraid of the evil Democrats. I think that, in fact, we need to show them that we are not, as our previous LNC administration dragged us kicking and screaming towards the Republicans. We need to demonstrate that we are not them. That's all.
Well, I just posted. I just posted the groups that are organizing the protest. So,
all right.
I'd like to speak against.
Who is this?
Raphael Wolf.
Okay, the floor is yours, Mr. Wolf.
Okay, I had to lower my hand. July 4th is our National No Kings Day. Also, I believe No Kings to be affiliated with the Democratic Party, just like Indivisible, if anybody's seen Indivisible groups popping up everywhere. They're funded by Democratic dollars, Democratic donors. Many times they have links, and I haven't gone to No Kings, but the links go to Act Blue, where you can donate. And so supporting that organization would be aligning ourselves with them. And all these things are simply meant to shepherd people back into the Democratic Party and continue that left-right pendulum swing. So I would rather see some sort of a statement from us about that contextually and bolster a July 4th No Kings rally appropriately. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Wolf. Miss Heinrich, your hand was up next.
Oh, sorry, it's not on this topic. It's about a different topic.
All right, leave it up and I will come back to you. Miss Carver, was it on this topic or a different topic?
I have a different topic to come up in public floor, but I do want to speak on this. I was just about to take my mute off to say so. I agree with this motion. Just to get the information out there, because like Mike said, you know, that he's putting the information on a flag. Water bottles are another good one to put stickers on, and preach the message of we're libertarians. We don't want any kings of any kind, honestly. And just kind of get out there. It's just another place to do our thing, you know, it's a great place because you got a group of people already there and they're doing them everywhere. They're even doing them in little old Roger City and stuff, you know. I mean, it's a great place to do pamphleteering.
All right, the next hand up would be let's see here. Mr. Bowman, did you want to speak on this matter?
Yes. Now I didn't realize that I thought Mr. Sleva had established that No Kings is purely nonpartisan, but if they're getting their money through Act Blue, then that's not really the case.
Yes,
And
they most certainly are deriving some funding from Act Blue. What percentage of it I couldn't speak to.
I guess what I'm asking, I don't want to direct people to a website that's going to encourage them to donate to Act Blue.
Hey,
and that is what will happen to some extent.
Hey.
Point of
let me break in real quick.
I guess I'm taking an amendment to the motion.
I've been in communication with the local organizer for the last event that I was at. She is not a dues-paying member of the Democratic Party. There are sponsors like any other big event, but the sponsors don't run it. They just donate money. She, like the organizer, identified as an independent. And it's a decentralized setup. You go to nokings.org and you volunteer to set up your local event, and they help you coordinate it on their website, but it's not a monolithic thing. There's a big list of donors, sponsor contributing groups, but it is its own organization that actually organizes it. And I don't see on the website any way to donate to anybody else without clicking on a link to an outside website.
I actually, with the chair's permission, I just did check the Act Blue site, and I don't see a donation link either. So, unless someone's going to show me where No King's donation link is an Act Blue site, then I'm going to retract my concern.
May I speak on this real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So I did go look it up to just check the website. Mike is correct. There is no direct link. But in the organizing toolkit, which a host, if anyone's organizing this, it takes you to Indivisible, which does direct you to Act Blue for donations. But it is not a direct link, as Mike said. So Mike is correct. But if you do click through, you will eventually get somewhere, which I got to Act Blue after about 4 clicks. So
it's all the same money. Democrat money.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next hand up was, see, we got people waiting to speak on the next thing here. Believe that's gone through everyone who wanted to speak on this matter. Did anyone else wish to speak on this matter before we close discussion? Do I hear a motion to close discussion?
We need a motion, or is anybody else? I mean, I'll make the motion if we need it.
So moved.
All right. All in favor of closing discussion and going to a vote, please say aye.
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 All right. I'm assuming this one may want a roll call vote. Donna, could you set that up, please?
Yep. Tim is not here.
Can
Scott
we read the
Bowman.
motion
Oh, I'm
one
sorry.
time so everyone's clear on what we're all voting
Aye.
The motion to post the No Kings protest on our social media account and encourage libertarians to attend. Tim is absent. Let me see. Scott Bowman,
Aye.
Andrew Duke,
Pass.
Andrew. Yes, I vote
Pass.
no.
Come back.
Andrew
Pass. I'm sorry.
passed.
Okay. I vote no. Dana Carver,
Yes.
Jay,
No.
Tori,
No.
Raphael,
No.
John,
Abstain.
Larry,
Yes.
Angela,
Yes.
Charles,
No.
Mike,
Yes, I'm not a pro Kings libertarian.
Colin.
Nay.
Okay, going back to who passed, Andrew.
I'm going to abstain.
Mr. Chair, it's 5 yes, 6 no, 2 abstain.
I'll vote no as well. Motion fails.
Okay.
Believe the next up on the floor was Miss Heinrichs.
Are you sure? I thought I saw Charles and Dana and Lawrence's hands up before me.
Oh, Dana might have gone down and back up. I thought Charles had already gone. But Dana, you can have the floor next.
Okay, I kind of had two motions that I kind of wanted to bring. The first one, and I'll copy and paste it. It's really simple. It's a litigation committee motion to create a litigation committee.
This would be pursuant to executive session. We can adjourn to executive session if you'd like to, but we're not going to be able to openly discuss the nuances of this motion without being in executive session.
Are we sure?
Are you appealing the ruling?
Well, I'm just discussing it. We don't need to talk about the court case. Everybody knows the court case is there. That's public knowledge. This would just be to do what I
The reasons
wrote.
for or against it could easily connect back to things that would neatly fall within the executive session category. Since the discussion cannot be fully opened on the motion, I will rule it out of order outside of executive session.
Appeal the ruling of the chair.
Does the appeal have a second?
Second.
All right. Ms. Carver, on what grounds are you appealing the ruling?
I feel like we can all be adults and not go into those waters and go ahead and get this committee formed. I just have faith that we can do this.
All right. Let's see here. Everyone could take their hands down unless they want to discuss this matter. Scotty, your hand's still up?
Yeah, actually, I had a parliamentary inquiry, but it's quasi-relevant to this motion, even though it was originally in regard to my previous one.
All right.
May I make it?
By all means.
Okay, I need to understand, first of all, whether there's a couple parts to this. The main part is whether or not a motion regarding a matter that had been fully discussed in executive session needs to be made in executive session or can that be made in an open meeting? I guess that's the main question. And the reason this comes up is I've seen as far as watching public bodies deliberate when they go into executive session that they still always need to come out into public when it comes to actually voting on what they talked about in the executive session. For instance, there might be a personnel problem about a certain person and they talk about it in executive session, then they come out and vote yes or no on promoting or dismissing or suspending someone, for instance.
So that is done in accordance with the Open Meetings Act, which doesn't apply to this body. So that in terms of that, we generally and as a practice will continue to vote on expenditures outside of executive session, but any motions that contain confidential discussion need necessarily be made in executive session.
So then the members would never know how we would vote on that important matter.
If we were to vote to release the executive session minutes at a later date and time as a board, we could certainly do so that they could
What if
see how
it's
that vote.
simply voting on, for instance, a certain type of thing being brought forth in a hypothetical court case and the details of the case have been discussed in executive session?
Again, so that we could, as a body, discuss back and forth pros and cons, which would all have legal ramifications. That conversation would necessarily need to take place in executive session.
Can there be a final up and down vote outside of executive session?
The final up and down vote could absolutely take place outside of executive session.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any further discussion? All right. Well, my answer to that question sort of reiterated the preeminent point of my ruling, so I won't belabor that point any further. We can proceed to a vote. But before we do, just to explain the process, the motion will be, shall the ruling of the chair be sustained? If you agree with my ruling that this should be held in executive session, you will vote yes. If you agree with Ms. Carver, you will vote no. Are there any questions before we proceed to a vote?
Yes, what was her original motion? Could she
Yeah,
repeat it?
I'd like to know that too. What's she trying to do?
She wanted to, well, if you want to restate the motion, Dana?
My bad. I had mute on. My bad. I put it in the chat. It's a motion to create and populate a legislation committee tasked with overseeing and managing the Comerica case in Washtenaw, Michigan Circuit Court. Washtenaw County, Michigan.
Litigation, not legislation.
Litigation. Did I say legislation? My bad. My bad. I wrote litigation.
All right, so that is the motion, and my ruling is that the discussion on this motion would need necessarily take place in executive session. And that is what we have gone to a vote on. Would we like to do another roll call vote, Ms. Carver?
I guess, and reiterate, no means that we don't do this, or we do this, and no means
Yes.
you're right.
Okay. A yes vote means you concur with my ruling. A no vote means that You do not concur with my ruling.
Right on.
And with that, Madam Secretary, if you'll conduct the roll.
Scott Bowman.
No.
Introducing new composers while giving locals a platform to shine.
Andrew Duke.
Become a sustaining donor to the
No.
And please consider increasing your monthly contribution.
I vote no. Dana.
No.
Who's Jay?
For the chair. Yes.
Tori.
Yes.
Raphael.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
Leah. I'm sorry, Angela.
No.
Charles.
Yes.
Mike.
Abstain.
Colin.
Yes.
We have 7 yes and 5 no and 1 abstain. Did you want to abstain, Mr. Chair?
Yes, it doesn't matter. I'll abstain for this one. So the ruling of my ruling has been sustained. Ms. Carver, you may proceed with your second motion.
You're on mute again, Dana.
I was trying to copy and paste it, but I hit the wrong thing. So I could just read it to you, and then if you want me to copy and paste it, I will. Okay, so motion to create a new budget, including all recurring payments, including those authorized by the previous board, thus eliminating the need for any more special meetings to approve such.
Does the motion have a second? Hearing none, we'll move on to Mr. Johnson. You have the floor.
I would like to make a motion to approve the budget for the Christmas card fund that was requested by the membership committee. However, I would like to make that request in the amount of up to $1,500. And just if I can speak briefly to my reasoning behind increasing the budget. They said they sent out 500 cards last time. We might need to send out more than that if we're combining this with the notice of the convention, because we need to make sure the notice of the convention goes to everyone that it should. So
Does the motion have a second?
And the motion
Second.
up to 1,500.
All right, so it's been moved and seconded. Do we have any discussion on this matter before proceeding to a vote? Seeing none, all in favor of authorizing up to $1,500 for the holiday letter sending, as described by Mr. Johnson, please say aye.
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 Any opposition?
Abstain.
Thank you. Motion passes. And next up for open floor, I believe, was Miss Heinrichs.
That was my motion.
Wonderful.
Good
All
job, team.
right. Did you have anything further, Charles?
No, I was just gonna say, hey, don't forget Dana can't raise her hand, or Donna can't raise her hand. I mean,
Thank you for that. And it looks like Dana has her hand back up. Second time from open floor, Miss Carver.
Well, I guess I'd like to make a motion that we go into executive session so we can hear my motion, my other motion. Or
does that motion have a second?
Address that other motion, my bad.
Lawrence Johnson seconds.
Motion's been moved and seconded. There's no discussion. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of adjourning to executive session and extending adjournment till the completion of that one motion, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay.
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 I can't quite tell. We're going to have to do a roll call on that.
I agree.
We'll call him Zoom anyway.
All right. So,
Okay.
Donna, if you could set that up for us, please.
Scott Bowman,
Aye.
Andrew,
Yes.
I vote yes. Dana,
Yes.
Jay,
Aye. Yes.
Tori,
No.
Raphael,
Yes.
John,
No.
Larry,
Yes.
Angela,
Yes.
Charles,
No.
Mike,
Yes.
Colin,
No.
9-4.
All right. If all non-board members could leave the Zoom session here.
Now do I have to stop the recording and then have
Yes.
oh my
We'll stop
God,
and
I hate
restart the
this.
recording here. So we are now going to adjourn to executive session, and the recording will be stopped.